As someone with very little class once said, I'm all over you like a bad rash. This is the Simon Conway Show here on News Radio 1040 WHO. We are in studio with potential presidential candidate Judge Roy Moore. Judge, thanks for coming back. We have a couple of questions. I'm going to take one straight away. That's Dan in Des Moines. Hi, Dan.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Hey, I have a couple of quick questions.
Make it one quick one.
About the so-called fair tax?
Yes.
I mean, to me, the thing has got so many complications in it. Maybe Judge Moore can answer. If you got $1 million in the bank that you paid taxes on already, you're going to get into a situation where the government's got to ask you in advance how much savings you have, and they're going to know all about it. Otherwise, you're going to get taxed on your purchases with that money, and that's not fair. And then I also consider it to be a full employment program for Mexico and Canada.
Okay, well, you're making a statement now. You asked the question, and I'm going to let... The
question is, how do you prevent people from living just across the border in Canada and Mexico and not paying any tax?
I'm going to put you on hold so you can hear your answer. There you go.
If they bought it in this country, they would pay the tax, and what you have in your savings wouldn't be taxed. It's a tax on expenditures, not income.
Yeah, I understand that. What he's saying is, well, you've got some savings that you've already paid tax on, and now you're going to use them to buy stuff, and you'll end up paying tax on them again. Frankly, from my perspective, that's okay. We're changing the system, and there's got to be a little bit of pain. But that's my position, not your position, and you're the candidate or potential candidate, and I'm not. Let me ask you about energy policy. What would you do with that?
Well, I think we need to explore. You know, recently Barack Obama approved giving some money to Brazil to drill offshore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to become his best customer.
And make more dependence on foreign oil. That's what we want to get away from. We should be exploring our own energy resources. We should explore solar, wind, power, and even the fossil fuels. And we should open it up and not be restricted by these treaties like Kyoto, which he tried to push on this country, and other treaties in foreign countries from foreign authorities.
Yep. Well, I strongly urge you to find a way to hear our show on Thursday afternoon. The man that's going to save America is going to be right here making an exclusive announcement. He's going to make that announcement right here on this show. Trust me, I know this man. He is going to save the country. Let me take another call. We've got Marlo on the phone. Hi, Marlo.
Yes, it sounds like he just answered my question on
great.
the energy.
Yes.
But, you know, since if he's going to be campaigning in Iowa, it's okay with me if he doesn't, go with the ethanol and the wind turbines. I'm not a fan myself. So,
Well, all right. Well, Marlo, I think he can hear you. He's literally sat right next to me. He heard every word you said. But thank you very much for the call. 284-1040, 800-469-4295. You have to be quick if you want to get a question to Judge Roy Moore. Let's talk about ethanol, shall we? Ethanol's obviously a big deal here in Iowa.
Well, it is, and I think that it's a good thing. I think that development of alternative fuels is a good thing. And it's helped. Of course, the gasoline is not as clean burning in small engines, and that upsets a lot of people.
Yep.
But,
can't use it on marine engines, I was told.
No.
When I used to have a boat before I had a bad back. So there you go. But yes, no, there are advantages to it and disadvantages to it. I mean, I think all these things, my position, which is irrelevant, is all these things form part of the overall solution. But we've got to get off foreign oil, right?
Yes, that's the main.
Would you drill ANWR in Alaska?
I would.
Would you drill off the coast of Florida?
Yes.
Would you drill off the coast of California?
Yes.
Would you drill in the Gulf of Mexico?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
And
Again,
I would provide.
answers.
I think we need some regulations, and they need to be enforced. But I think that certainly the regulations in the past have not been enforced, and that's no reason to quit drilling.
What about nuclear?
I believe in nuclear power. Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's something that should be explored.
All right, you're getting unequivocal. I can't say the word. Teeth are not working.
Unequivocal.
There you go. Answers from Judge Roy Moore, potential presidential candidate for 2012. Now, you are attending an event tonight, sir, at 7 o'clock. Is that correct?
Well, it's Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, Indian Hills Junior High School at Indian Hills Drive in Cleve, Iowa. And Danny Carroll is the contact at 641-990-2882. And if anyone would like to go to my website about my candidacy, my qualifications, I didn't mention the military as much as I should have, perhaps, but RoyMoore2012.com.
Okay, well, we've still got a minute.
Okay.
And I wanted to finish, in fact, with the military. And first of all, thank you very much for your service to our country, sir.
Yes. Well, thank you. I did command a unit in Vietnam. I was stationed in Europe. I've been stationed throughout the continental United States and, of course, Southeast Asia. And I do know the military. Trained at the United States Military Academy at West Point. And I think as Commander-in-Chief, which is what the President is, he should have some military experience.
Now, you do have a very specific view on homosexuality in the military.
I think it's detrimental to the mission of and has been declared so by law. It was only when Barack Obama came into office and Bill Clinton came into office, they tried to do away with that.
So as president, you would be actively campaigning within Congress to restore what was the status quo?
That's right.
All right, there you go. You heard it. You'll be able to pick up this entire interview. Yeah, sorry, sir.
And I would also uphold the Defense of Marriage Act. Traditional marriage throughout this country, no state has ever approved same-sex marriage by the people. It's been the courts or the legislative bodies.
Just happened right here in Iowa. Just happened. The courts made the law, and they weren't allowed to vote in the Senate even.
That's right.
Okay, if you missed this interview with Judge Roy Moore, you will be able to pick it up on our podcast page at whoradio.com tomorrow. We also will find a way to post it on YouTube because we have, in fact, videoed it as well. And so that'll be on YouTube. We'll post a link to that on my blog at whoradio.com tomorrow as well. Judge Roy Moore, thank you so much for coming in to see us today. We really do appreciate it. And as the potential campaign becomes an actual campaign, hopefully if you make that decision, you'll come back and sit down with us again for another hour.
Thank you, Simon, and I will. It's been an honor.
There you go. Thanks very much. This is the Simon Conway Show here on News Radio 1040 WHO.